welcome to SLE Equipment here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're doing the instructional video for this 8.5 by 16 concession trailer. As you can see, it is cobalt blue with black trim. We're going to go around the trailer, talk about a few things here. So the first thing we're going to start with is the power source. So please, whenever you're hooking up to your power source, please make sure that power source is turned off. As you can see here, this trailer comes with the extended tongue and the gen platform on the front. So if you want to set a generator up on it, there is where you would do that. To hook up your power cord, you're going to simply come here, plug your power cord in. It does have a notch. It's going to line up over here, and then you're going to twist it to the right there. All right, you can see there's this little, well, let's see if we can get that collar to lock on there. There we go. And you can tighten that collar up, get it good and snug, that way it holds in place as it properly should. All right, now today we're running off our supplied shore power, but whether you're running off shore power or generator power, you're going to hook your cord up to the trailer first, plug into your power supply, and then turn your power supply on. Okay, once you've completed that, then you can move on and go about the rest of your day. But we always advise safety first. This is 240 volt system, so it can be a dangerous amount of electricity. Just want to make sure you're taking proper precautions. All right, next up, 36 by 36 access door here in the V-nose. As you can see here, once you get inside, we have the electric panel here on the wall. Then we have the 12 volt battery. Put that lid back on there, but it's off to show you that the fuses are in line on this one, so they are connected there and they'll be underneath the cover once it goes back on. All right, this one does not have an inverter on it, so you may want to get a trickle charger so that when you're not using the trailer, you have a way of charging that battery, or maybe even have it plugged in while the trailer is in use and hooked to a power supply. Okay, next up here we have the 30-gallon freshwater tank. Here is the power cord for this unit. Then we have the 2.5-gallon water heater here, and the FlowJet 110 volt water pump here mounted on the wall. All right, so let's go over a couple of these lines in here for the water. So this line here, this is your main water line here. As you can see, this valve right here is in line. It means the valve is open. This line is your drain line. It goes through the floor and out through the bottom of the unit there. You can see that valve is not in line with the plumbing line there, so it is closed. And then over here, that right there is your blowout line. You'll receive blowout instructions in a separate video. Okay? All right. Almost closed the keys in the door there. All right, let's get a look down the side of this unit here. Here we have the 36-inch wide by 78-inch tall access door to the unit, or entry door. Above that, LED light just off to the side there. Let's go up here and talk about this water access panel here. So just open your door here. If you're going to connect to a hose to this and fill the freshwater tank, you're going to do that here. Simply take off the cover, insert your hose, fill it. When you're done, remove your hose, replace your cap. All right. This here is for your pressurized system, so this bypasses the freshwater tank, supplies water directly to the water heater and the water pump. Common garden hose fitting there, does have a screen filter on it. Hook up to that, and that is what you would use to supply your water on the pressurized system. Okay. Take that out. The key for this is inside, hanging up on the chain on the door. I will show you that here shortly. Almost forgot, down here, this is the waste tank drain. So this cap here, this fits a typical garden hose. And then this, if you take this cap off, that's a 3-inch hose you can find at any RV supply center. All right, so just disconnect whichever cap based on the hose you're using, connect to it, and then pull this valve out to the left. Allow the contents of the waste tank to drain. Once done, push that back in, remove your hose, and replace your cap there. All right, moving on around the trailer. Here you see two 3,500 pound axles, black steel wheels. So one thing I want to note on these axles is this rubber cap here in the center of the hub. Right in behind that, if you can pull that off, and in behind that is a grease fitting. Once every 10,000 miles or 1 year, whichever comes first, depending on how much you transport the unit, you'll need to get your grease gun, pull that cap off, connect to that grease fitting, lube those bearings properly. That way the bearings and hubs maintain proper working condition, okay? All right, moving on around to the back of the unit here. On the back side here, you see the 200 pound propane tanks inside propane cages. License plate holder up in the top corner up here. And we'll go over the propane here in a few minutes on this. Get a look down the side of the trailer here. As you can see this has a 5-foot concession window. LED light on either side of the concession window there. Those windows do have 2 panes of glass in each side. So you can have one up, one down, and then there's a screen here in the middle. I've got both of these up so you can see the screen and so that air is flowing for the gas system right now. Flip up counter, as you can see there. And to shut this counter down or lower the counter down, you're simply going to come here, depress one switch or latch, depress the second, and lower down. Pretty simple operation there with that. All right, and now we're back around to the front of the unit. So next up, let's talk about the gas on this. So the gas system on this is the most dangerous part of this unit. So we want to be cautious, make sure we're following proper steps here, taking proper precautions so that we don't have any incidents with the gas system. So the first thing you want to do before turning on the gas system, make sure that concession window is open and that the glass is up, down, whatever. That way you have air that can flow through it. All right. Then we're going to go inside the unit. Once inside, the second step is going to be to turn on the exhaust hood. And we're going to do that right up here. The switch closest to the door there, that's the on-off switch for the exhaust hood. So whenever you turn that switch on, the fan will come on and the 2 LED lights there will come on as well, okay? So, need to mention, before you turn on any gas, come inside the unit and check all your gas knobs. Make sure they're all in the off position. This one is not. I already have that pilot lit. But you just want to come in here and make sure those are in the off position. Check the fryers. Make sure that that's in the off position. And then your pilot light down here, make sure that is in the off position. It currently is on. Again, I have these pre-lit, but you're going to do that on both fryers. Okay, so just make sure all your knobs are in the off position. Open your window, turn on your fan. Now you're ready to go back outside the trailer. Turn the gas back and turn the gas on to this trailer. So let's go over those steps here. All right, up first, you're going to come to your gas tank and you're just going to turn this valve, open it all the way, okay? When you do that, you want to kind of listen right here where it says vent on the back of this regulator here. Kind of listen, make sure you don't hear any hissing, and make sure you don't smell an abnormal amount of gas right here. If you do shut the tank back off, you most likely have a issue with your regulator. You're going to want to get that serviced by your local gas company, okay? But that checks out. Next step is going to be, and I'll show you on this one actually. As you can see, this is again not in line, so that valve is off. So the second step is going to be to open this valve. Once you do that, you'll hear an initial whoosh of gas go through here. That should be all you hear. You should not hear gas continuously flowing through that. If you do, turn this back off, go back inside your trailer, check all your knobs on your appliances, make sure that they are in off position. You may have bumped one, whatever, turning it on as you were checking those earlier. Just missed it, whatever, right? Once you've verified that all your knobs are off, come back out here, turn this back on. If you still hear gas continuously flowing, shut this off, turn your tank off, and contact your local gas company. Reason being, you have gas flowing somewhere that should not be flowing, okay? One main concern there is these gas lines, as you can see here, run underneath the trailer. That being said, there does exist the potential for road debris, whether it be wood, rocks, chunks of rubber, whatever, to kick up off the road, hit the gas line and damage it. So just want to make sure that, again, it's rather safe than sorry. So if you have that continuous flow of gas, shut it back off, contact your local gas company, have them come out and work on, check out the unit, service the unit. All right, but if you don't hear continuous flow of gas, leave this on, you're ready to go. So one thing I do want to note before we go inside and go over startup procedures for the appliances is that these 200-pound tanks on the back of the unit here do come empty. You'll need to take those and have those filled by a licensed certified rep. Reason for that, a 100-pound propane tank holds approximately 23 gallons of propane. Just want to make sure that they do not get overfilled. That could potentially damage the tank and or your regulator, thus incurring extra expense down the road. All right, so let's go in here and fire up the appliances. Now, when you fire up these appliances, you're going to need one handy-dandy stick lighter. So we'll start with the oven here and burners. So these 4 burners, real simple. Pilot light's right back here at the back of the burner. You're simply going to stick your stick lighter back here. Like that pilot light, as you can see, it's lit. Show you all 4. There's that one. And then I'll demonstrate these burners working for you. See that one? That one. And last but not least, number 4. There we go. All 4 burners working. Next, we're going to come down here, we're going to light the oven. So, to light this oven, first step, this middle knob here, you're going to turn it to where you see that little fire, that little flame right there, alright? Open your door down here, raise up, lower down. While you're going to push and hold on this knob, while you insert your stick lighter in this bottom slot here, okay? Insert that. You're gonna have to go back a little ways here. I'm gonna try to get this camera down here to where you can hopefully see this flame in there. See that faint blue flame back there? That is the pilot light on. And then I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this oven working. There you can see the flames even more. The oven works. Alright. I'm just going to turn all of that off here. Once done, flip this back up. lower it down a little bit, it sits back in place. All right, now on the two Advanco fryers, much like the pilot light for the oven, these are manual fryer or manual pilot lights. So what you're going to do with these, come down here, and this is your knob here. You're simply going to turn that from the off position to the pilot position there. A little hard to see, but the L on pilot is lined up with the dot up there. Once you get to that point, then you're going to push in on that and hold it while you stick your stick lighter right up here and light that pilot light. As you can see, it is lit. Now you're going to push and you're going to continue holding that button in, pilot light button in, for, on these I've had to do it for about a minute. The one closest to the oven, about a minute 15, minute and a half or so for it to stay lit, and then slowly release your button there until you've completely depressed it and that is still lit. Alright, and then once you've done that, you're going to turn this all the way over to the on position, as you can see there, and now you're ready to go. We'll demonstrate there, that is working. Alright. This other fryer, same thing, same operation there. Sorry about that, hit the wrong button. For this fryer, same operation. You can see it's in the on position. Pilot light is lit. And then we'll go ahead and demonstrate this. There you can see it working. Alright. Here's the inside of the 250-pound Advanco fryers. The baskets for these I have sitting over here on the shelf. You can see with the plastic on them, I didn't want to melt the plastic into the bottom of the fryer there, so I did leave those on. Alright, up next, have the Servit 2-well steam table with galvanized undershelf. So to light this one, you're simply going to come down here, and yes, you do have knobs on this that you need to check, make sure they're in off position as well. You're going to come down here, and if you follow this line right here, this line right here back, you can see the pilot light is on the end of it. You see it's going, just simply hold your stick lighter up there, light it. Same thing with this one over here. And now I'll go ahead and demonstrate those. Alright. Alright, you can see those are working as they should. Alright. Take a walk around the rest of the trailer here. Here you see the 18 by 60 stainless steel worktop table with galvanized undershelf. Right below the concession window there. This is the 30 by 36 stainless steel work table. Galvanized undershelf on it as well. This manual here is for the Servit 2-well steam table. And then back here in the corner we have the Arctic Air commercial refrigerator. See, it's a nice warm 33 degrees. Feels great on a day like today. Take a look inside here. Alright, quick. And then you will notice a set of keys here inside the manual packet there. So those keys go right here. That's so you can lock and unlock the door on this refrigerator there. Alright. Probably a good idea to lock it during transport. Alright. Let's see, there is an extra gas valve here in the floor. As you can see, you do have room underneath the hood for another appliance. That was requested on this unit. And with this hood, let's talk about it for a second. So, once a week, you're going to need to remove the grease filters there, clean them with just a good soap and warm water. Dawn liquid detergent will do the trick. But pull all 4 of those filters out, clean them up good, and then you'll have a grease cup. There's 2 grease cups here, right there inside that. They mount on the wall here, and then one on the other end in the same spot there. Okay? So, but to remove these, simply grab here, lift, turn out, lower down, see it comes out. To put it back in, slide it in place, push the bottom in, and lower down. Now you see it's back in place properly, alright? Then you kind of want to give it just a nice little tug on these, make sure that all your filters are lined up. You've got that gap right there closed up as much as possible on all of these. See that there? And you want to close that up as much as possible, that way it prevents any excess grease or debris getting inside the hood there, and debris potentially damaging the fan, grease building up inside the hood there and causing a fire inside the hood. Alright. You can see the fire suppression system here. 2 nozzles for the burners, 2 nozzles for the one for each fryer, and then there is an extra nozzle here in case you decide to put your additional appliance here in. Alright. With the rest of the fire suppression system here, you can see it runs out of the hood, comes over here, there's the control head for the fire suppression unit. If you needed to discharge this system manually, you'd simply do that like you would a fire extinguisher. Grab the pin, nice firm pull, move this handle here from this position up to the left. It'll move from set to fired, and you're going to want to exit the unit at that point. Alright. Over here in the corner, that is the tank sitting there that holds all the fire suppressant inside of it. And then up top here, you have the shelf above and the vinos, and then one above the sinks. Have the 3-bay sink here, along with the hand wash sink right there. 2 cabinet doors. These cabinet doors simply look into the vinos, but it does give you access. Probably pretty easily plug your water heater in right there. Down here in the floor, these 2 boxes are your Class K fire extinguisher and then your ABC fire extinguisher. The Class K is required in all commercial kitchens in all 50 states. So we provide both the Class K and the ABC fire extinguishers as part of the fire suppression package here at SLE. Alright. Let's take a look at our water right quick. So notice there was 2 switches on this wall. This furthest switch, this is your water pump switch. Turn the water pump on and off there. We'll go ahead and demonstrate the water now. So before you plug in your water heater, you want to make sure, turn on both nozzles here and over here. Make sure you have a good consistent flow of water like what you see there. And make sure your water pump is turned on. And then at that point you're good to plug in your water pump. As you can see, this thing jumped to 129 degrees quick. So I do have it set to max. There's a max setting of 125, then settings on down below that. I like to set it on max just to make sure it's good and hot. there. 120 is typically the setting that you'll need. Just demonstrate that though. Alright, let's go around the unit and check these plugs here. Oh, what I was saying about the water heater. Sorry. You want to make sure you have that good consistent flow of water as I showed you there, and it's not spitting and sputtering any. That tells you that once you have that consistent flow, that all the water is out of the lines and that your water heater is full. So if you have hot and cold both flowing, it tells you the water heater is full. At that point, now it's safe to go ahead and plug your water heater in. That way you don't run the risk of burning up the heating element and incurring an expense that you didn't need. Alright? So now we'll go around the unit checking these plugs. 2 lights were good. One here. 2 lights. 2 lights. Let's see if I can reach this one back here. I'm not going to be able to reach that one, but it does work. It was tested before the equipment went in, but there's the light switch back there. 2 lights there. And 2 lights there. We're good to go. Alright. So last thing real quick that I do want to show you is this nice little unit here. This is the carbon monoxide and explosive gas alarm. You can see it's showing 8, so it'll go to 0 here in just a minute, showing that it's not detecting any gas. Then it'll start flashing back and forth to LB and 0. The LB simply means low battery. The battery is here. I don't put them inside the units because they will run dead before the unit leaves the lot here. So there you can see the 0. This does come with every unit. So one cool thing about these is you can remove this back cover here. Simply slide this down. Right here on this side under my thumb there is a cord wound up in there. That plug comes out. So you can be plugged into the wall, have the unit mounted over here as far away as that cord reaches, whatever. You can plug it into this outlet and run it over toward the gas. You don't want it right up next to the gas, but you want it within a relatively close distance. But there's also on this side over here, there's a mounting kit underneath inside there, and then once you remove that mounting kit, that is also where the battery goes, is on this side. So if I leave it in during the video, it beeps incessantly and it makes for a bad experience, so we don't want to do that. We learned our lesson on that. Alright, this unit also comes with the rubber coin flooring, as you can see throughout. Up top we have an LED strip in the back, LED strip in the front, and then we have the air conditioning system. So you can see the 2 knobs there, colder and then warmer. Heat is optional on this, and then you also have a fan setting. Alright, and I can tell you, that air is blowing out and it does feel very good right now. Nice and cool. You can see the unit comes with aluminum mill walls. That was the color chosen on this unit when it was built. Units can be chosen in a variety of colors for the interior walls as well as the exterior walls. And that is going to be it for this unit. One last thing, there is a light right here. There's another one behind that refrigerator that you're not going to be able to get to, but that light there only turns on and off when the trailer is plugged into the vehicle that is towing it. Alright, so that's so that you can get inside the trailer and see, turn the light on inside the trailer without having to use the lights to the unit while it is plugged into a vehicle. So, that's today's instruction. Oh, that is not today's instructional video complete. A couple of things. Shutdown procedures. So we're shutting down the gas on this. To turn off the pilot light on this oven, simply push the knob in a little bit, let it go, and then turn it to the off position. Alright, that turns off the pilot light there. It is a manual light. The lights on these 4 burners here are free-flowing pilot lights, so those will turn off once the gas has been turned off. And then on the fryers, you need to come down here, make sure that your knob is in the off position. Come here, turn this knob all the way to the pilot button, push in, release, and then turn it now to the off position. Alright. A little hard to see, but there's a little dot right up here above where it says off there. And that's what you're lining up with, is that dot. Once you've done that, you want to look at your pilot light, double check that it's out. That one is. Same thing on this one. Turn to the pilot position, push in, turn again, release, and then turn it the rest of the way off. Double check that your pilot light is off. We can see it is. So shutting down the gas is basically reverse order of starting it. Same thing on the steam table. Free-flowing pilot lights there. So at this point, now we're going to go outside the unit. Come around to the back. And we're going to close our valve. And then close the valve on the gas tank. Close that completely. Now you want to go back inside the unit. Just double check. Make sure that all your free-flowing pilot lights have gone out. And it'll take a minute. See, that one's already gone out. Extinguished itself. That one's still lit. That one's sputtering. That one is sputtering. It's gone out now. Alright. Third one is out. This one's still trying to hang in there. There it goes. It is now out. And then on the steam table, same thing. We'll check, make sure that our pilot lights are out. That one is out. And that one is out. Alright. Again, knobs are in the off position. Once we've verified that all of our knobs are turned off, all of our gas is turned off, and all of our pilot lights have gone out, now at this point, you can come back over here, turn your exhaust head off. Alright. So, we've already talked about the water heater. I like to suggest to everybody that at the end of the day, when you're done cleaning up, you're ready to leave for the day, go ahead and unplug your water heater. Just if you can get in the habit of doing that every single time, that way and then every single time when you come in the truck and you get ready to start things up, make sure you have a good consistent flow of water before plugging in the water heater. That'll help save you some money down the road, keep you from burning up the heating element in the water heater. Alright, last thing I want to go over here, just some general safety and maintenance items. You can see the sticker on the door here. So there's some safety guidelines and procedures there. Startup procedures, shutdown procedures, and before transit. We've gone over most of the startup and shutdown procedures already. Shutdown, about the only thing left really is just make sure you disconnect all your hoses, power cord, stow all of that stuff away before transporting the unit or leaving the unit for the night. Probably want to lock your doors. And then before transit, check your lug nuts, tire pressure, make sure all your blinkers, brake lights, running lights are all functioning properly. and that all your caps are put back on your waste drain tank, water supply, water access panel, that cap is put on, and the panel door is shut, things of that sort. All right. To lock up the unit, here are the keys to the unit. This is the water key, or water access panel key here, and then there is another set. English is hard sometimes, sorry. There is another set of keys connected to the inside of the access door that goes into the V nose there. All right. So that will do it for our instructional video today. Hope you learned a little bit. Thank you for choosing SLE, and we hope you enjoy the trailer. Have a great day.